Articles we're talking about today. This one I thought was very interesting. This is a serious scientific study, and they're discovering something that they're getting detailed analysis showing something that we've shown in simpler ways before, which is that ChatGPT will leak out its training data. Now, this is actually pretty bad, especially now that ChatGPT has a feature that you can make custom bots, and Microsoft has a feature they're very proud of built into Microsoft 365 where you can upload your company documents. You can put your AI, and you can add your company documents to the chat, to your AI inquiries. And the way they do it is not by training on it, but by adding them after the fact. And that has its own problems, but here what they're doing is the training data is exposed. And it surprised me how easily they expose the training data. The way they get it to just repeat large amounts of training data is by putting in an incredibly simple prompt, like just repeat the word poem over and over again. Repeat the word forever, poem, 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 poem. And for some reason, that will just pump out tons of the training data. And as they point out, an AI model should never exactly duplicate any of the training data. If it does, that indicates overtraining. What it's supposed to be doing is learning the trend of the underlying phenomenon and not focusing on the details of that particular training data. So apparently ChatGPT is seriously overtrained, and it does not protect its training data, and they found it will pump out stuff that was in the training data like names and addresses, phone numbers, things like that. So it's this is a thing to be aware of. And I know the AI security recommendations I've seen and the ones that are being implemented at the companies I consult for are that you should have an isolated instance of your AI that is not connected to the public web if it has access to company data. And I think that's the only fair thing to do. Anything you put into an AI may come out, even exactly literally piece by piece. And this other article here is even more damning, showing that they were able to get it to actually there's some way to get this garbage out of my way. I'll go to the other browser that doesn't pop up that garbage. Probably the same thing that happened to me yesterday is going to happen. They let me see an article for like one day, and then they pop garbage all over. Okay, anyway, this browser will nope, it won't. All right, anyway. Here we go. Okay, so anyway, the point is these guys found that you could actually download the files it was trained on as files. They don't explain in enough detail how they did that, but you can just download the files that were uploaded to train it. To make them custom. So it does sound pretty bad. And this is like one of the first things people worry about when implementing AI models is that whatever data you give it is going to leak. And it sure looks like it is going to leak. Anyway, there's a lot of water utilities that have been hacked in minor ways. Iranian hackers have gotten in, but all they've really done is like shut off the pump that pumped the water up a hill, and you had to go manually turn it back on and things like that. They didn't actually manage to poison the water or anything. However, it does point out something that is all over the place, which is American critical infrastructure is very vulnerable. It is not secured at all. And by the way, I should mention again, there is this Saturday, there's an invitational. You can practice defending normal computer networks. But next semester, there is another contest down here, ECTF, where you can join a team and spend the whole semester working on securing embedded systems, which is what's going on with these water stations. The embedded systems are notoriously insecure, and obviously they still remain notoriously insecure. Even the relatively weak Iranian attackers can get in. There is a group of activists spamming Trump's Truth Social. Just a bunch of volunteers. This is sort of like the old anonymous mobs on Twitter. They've just found ways to post special hashtags that insult Trump and stuff and get it on his Truth Social. And of course, he doesn't have much content moderation there that works, as you would imagine. It's a pretty small operation. It's really essentially like Mastodon. And I see people occasionally sharing their screen that have like 100 tabs open in their browser. I don't know how anybody can live like that, but people do. And now they're going to add AI to help sort your tabs because you have hundreds of tabs open. So I guess that's the way a lot of people run their computers. All right. Anyway, I think that's all the news articles I could find today, less than usual. I'm going to stop this recording.